We gotta zoom in here, my director, on this pencil sharpener. I'm very excited. I brought in the old school pencil sharpener. Then we got this because I don't know if they're gonna hear it. Here we go. Oh my gosh, folks, that is exciting. Old school pencil sharpener. Why? I love pencils, and I'm gonna tell you why I love pencils. I'm gonna teach this through the principle of the pencil, and here it is. The reason I love pencils is because years ago, I was writing some content and I got all locked up because I had a pen and on paper and I was writing stuff down. And just like the old images you've seen from old TV shows or old movies, when somebody's on a typewriter and they'd be typing something and they'd make a mistake, what would they do? And they'd rip the paper out of the typewriter and they would, I'll do this on the air. They would ball it up in frustration and they'd throw it, right? So I'm going to throw it. So they just throw it right there to the wastebasket. And what's going on in that moment? There's a tremendous amount of frustration because they feel like I messed up and now I've got to start over. That's what's happening in that visual. Now, I understand some of you Gen Z and millennials have no idea, have never seen a TV show that old or a movie that old, but it's there. And that was the old kind of situation. You would, on the typewriter, and you messed up, pull it out, ball it up, throw it away, and now I got to start over. And that analogy is what's keeping many of you from starting something right now. And so I want to give you the freedom of the principle of the pencil. Here we go. Now, what happens when I use a pencil? Okay. So I'll give you the visual here. And by the way, the Ken Coleman Show pencil, I use pencils. Look at this. Got the old school eraser, by the way. This is golden. I mean, this is golden stuff. All right. And so I write down the caller's notes here on my moleskin. So if I've got an idea here, I got the pencil out. And so what happens when we start creating or we start a new initiative, a new job, a new business idea, whatever it is? Or we begin to just think, what is my calling? And so when we begin the process of thinking, we want to get it out of our head. So when I come to this page here, I'm going to, number one, sketch. That's what I'm doing. I'm sketching. So I'm going to start writing down some ideas, or I'm going to draw some models, or I'm going to create a logo, a design. You get the idea. This is what creatives do. So they begin the sketch. That's process one. Process two, they step back and look at it. And this is where the power of the principle of the pencil comes in. When they want to make a change, they want to erase. So they go in here and they erase it. They make the edits. And then it leads to step three. They keep sketching or they keep creating. Let me break it down. I'm going to put my thought, I'm going to create, put it out there. I'm going to step back and look at it. And as I make edits, what do? Do I rip the paper out in frustration and ball it up and throw it away? That sucked. I got to start over. No. What do? I edit. I come in and erase. And now I can keep moving. I can keep creating. So you sketch, you erase, and you keep sketching. So that's get it out, edit it. That means I look at what I want to remove, what do I want to improve, and now I keep moving forward. So I want you to have the mindset here as you begin to think about this is the new path in my life, whatever it is. Use the principle of the pencil. What am I doing? I'm just trying. Here's what the principle says. When you are trying, you are clarifying your vision and verifying your direction. Let me say it again. The principle of the pencil says, when you are trying, you are clarifying your vision, and then you are verifying your direction. I'm telling you, folks, it gives you tremendous freedom to think and live in pencil. And by the way, if you can get one of these babies, the X-Acto vacuum mount, it's just so fun to turn the crank, right? Everything's gone technology, baby. No. And by the way, let me go back to that sound. I want you to listen to this. What's happening there that's bothering Madison so much? It's the sound of the grind. But what's happening? It's grinding, but what happens? It goes from dull to sharp. And the process of trying and figuring out who you are and what you're supposed to do and why you want to do it, it's the same thing as putting that dull pencil in the pencil sharpener. So there you go.